Namaste, my galactic family. This is Pleiadian Mohrephoh from Aminozori. My galactic family, I love you. I adore you. My galactic family, I have a perspective for you with a deeper understanding, but the clarification of the aspect of the message will be very clear. Even it's going to be a deep message for you, my galactic family. Remember, my galactic family, that in the universe, that whatever you can imagine exists. So please, my galactic family, visualize with your passion, with your knowings, with your understandings. Please visualize, at least for a couple minutes every day, visualize the parareality where you are in that parareality and you are extremely happy. The knowing is very exponential. Just imagine in your mind, picture, see yourself. How do you react? How in that parareality where you're fulfilled completely, how you are reacting? You are more of yourself, if you will, my galactic family. So please understand that knowing who you are is not enough. Understanding who you are, that's the key, my galactic family. Remember, knowing is from Akashic Records. Knowing who you are is from a higher self, is your higher self aspect of perspective. It's a perspective from your higher self watching over you. And this is what I'm talking about, my galactic family. Knowing is Akashic Records. But knowing yourself is your higher self. Understanding yourself completely. Sit one day alone. Turn off your phone. Close the doors. Sit with yourself, my galactic family, and who are you? What is inside of me? Go very deep, my galactic family. Go very deep. Ask yourself billions of questions. Why this happened? Go sort out and go through all the memory of the negative aspects of your past, if you will. And filter all of them through your heart chakra. Filter all of them through your heart chakra, my galactic family. All the negative aspects. Ask yourself, why this happened? It has to be something good in that. If I'm not going to bring to surface of my consciousness, the karmic reaction going to come back and come back and come back, right? So, what I'm referring to is, my galactic family, how to cut those cords completely. All of them. Even if some scenarios from the past, negative scenarios, for example, you will realize that it's more like a fantasy imagination what really happened, and you're not really sure why that happened. You couldn't connect anything positive with that scenario, with that negative scenario. Remember, the key is to find always the most positive scenario out of any outcome possible. That's the key, my galactic family. So, my galactic family, when we go in the past and look at certain things and we cannot find, for example, the true meaning of it, so use your fantasy. Fantasy goes to pararealities with a higher understanding of yourself from your higher self. And this is good enough to cut the cord of that aspect. So imagine, my galactic family, if you are not consciously aware why something negative happens, it will run on a disk unconsciously and will always bring a similar scenario, and you asking yourself, I was never thinking about this. Why this is coming back in my life? Why this is coming back to my life? It's not only forgiving. It's great always from now this very moment to all our eternity, for the future or in the past or whatever time frame, forgive yourself and forgive everybody. But this is not good enough, my galactic family. We have to bring certain aspects to surface of your consciousness. So imagine if aware consciousness is like an eraser. Erase everything. It doesn't mean, for example, like you will be thinking about some positive scenario from the past and you're going to erase it completely. I'm not saying this, my galactic family, because only you can erase what's not belonging to you or it's negative. You can erase those things. Positive things, I don't think you can erase that. I don't. Try it. You let me know, my galactic family, but I think it's impossible. Because it's coming from your higher self, from your best reality you can possibly imagine. You always connect to that pair reality who is always the best. And you are that pair reality, but you forgot. My galactic family, very important to go back. Go back to any pair reality, wherever you feel like calling, for example, past, like linear time frame. But go back and imagine scenario that something negative happens and you have no clue why that happened. So you're using fantasy, for example, and you can even connect with any fantasy why that scenario happened. What do we do next? My galactic family, if you cannot even connect any fantasy with a scenario from the past, to see any positive aspect in it, to cut the cord so you will not run this negative sequence on your subconscious disk. What do we do, my galactic family? You fall in love completely in that scenario. If you already forgive, my galactic family, and you can't even connect fantasy, imagination, why this negative thing happened in my past, I couldn't connect to any positive reason why. The only thing you can do, my galactic family, is completely fall in love in that situation. Completely. Because complete focus of your heart chakra on certain aspect, heart will help you find the answers. And maybe it will happen so-called one more time, not so severe, maybe in 1% compare what was in the past, or just in a glimpse of memory, or in a psychic connection through different pararealities, and then you'll realize, of course, this is why this happens. Because remember, my galactic family, that we're not only here, we're in pararealities. Your life is a dream state, for example, for you in parareality. Whatever happens here, you're a dream. So they open the dream book when they wake up and they say, wow, why we went through this? Okay, let's check in the dream book. What happened? See, we're not that far off from each other. Because if we were, we could not understand each other. We'd be totally different mentalities. Have to be some karmic connections. So even if their world is so much different than ours, we can always find a link of communication. And this is what I'm talking about, my galactic family. Communicating on every level. Try to understand. Every negative scenario is not only karmic reflex from this unconscious, arrogant perspective, three-dimensional reality, but my galactic family is connected to all pararealities. All of them. So, not even asking your higher self why that happened. Immediately fall in love in that scenario. Sometimes, for example, even this not going to work. So you ask your higher self, But usually 99.9%, I guarantee, my galactic family, when you fall in love with it, the answer will come. Just be open. Be open-minded, my galactic family. I love you, my galactic family, so much. I am so blessed. I am so blessed because I have you with me on that journey. And makes me cry so many times when I'm even thinking about it. It's just tears of passion. It's so beautiful that we came here as a galactic family and we're exploring our own knowing from a perspective of researching everything for first time. Actually, we are acting that we're doing this first time because we've done it so many times. So imagine how this frequency is designed to make you forget. See, remember that film, My Galactic Family, Men in Black, and they had this special pen with the blinking light, and when they blink the light on anybody, they forget whatever they're supposed to forget. For example, was written in that pen, right? My galactic family, we are always conscious, 100%, always. Is this light? The photons in three-dimensional reality are designed that way to touch pineal gland in such a frequency that you only focus right here and you don't need to remember nothing else. It's not like you don't remember. You'll let yourself forget. You know everything, my galactic family. We're just acting we forgot. But for a reason, for a good reason. We give our power away, if you will, for a second, just to prove to ourselves how powerful we really are, because knowing how powerful you are, it's the only when you will push yourself to the limits. And still it's not good enough. It's have to look so real. This game have to look so real. That's the only way you're going to test yourself, how strong you really are. How powerful is your soul, my galactic family. This is very important. And remember, going back in time, linear time frame, but everything happens right now. Every past moment was the same moment from different perspectives, all connected, all per reality. It's fluctuating, it's going billion times per second. So you cut the cord from the negative aspect you have from the past, my galactic family. And it's perfect. What is the other negative thing you have? So you will do this in sequence, my galactic family. You will notice that certain scenarios you couldn't even remember what happened in the past. But those which one you remember the most from the past, it's like those supposed to be cut out from your karmic energy perspective immediately, because you remember them immediately. So when you cut those cords, the new remembrance will come, and when you will finish all the negative aspects that you fall in love with, you try to see, visualize through your heart chakra, to your fantasy, why this happened, and find a good reason for it, and be grateful for that scenario. Because this is only a test. You're testing yourself how strong you really are. This is what happens. Remember to understand three-dimensional reality is not only one aspect. It's all the aspects. We have to be always conscious about any scenario. Even the scenarios you cannot even remember right now. So imagine, my galactic family, when you will go through all of them from your past, so-called. And new ones will emerge, and then you'll be asking yourself, I never did that. If your conscious disc, if you will, your consciousness, your subconscious, will be so pure and clean because you cut all the cords. Now you become the higher self for your pararealities. Do you see where I'm going with this, my galactic family? If you cut all the cords why this happens so negatively, why this happens to me, and why this happens to me, and you hold that grudge, and you hold that pain. You're blocking yourself from understanding. Let it go, my galactic family. Let go. Even visualize the cord to that scenario with big scissors and chop it off. Use it as a permission slip. Fantasy way to connecting with that scenario. Use anything possible, my galactic family. So if you clear all of your negative aspects and you see in all of them why they happen for a good reason, because it's something good for you in that, my galactic family, you will realize very quickly that your para-reality, yourself from para-realities, will emerge. And do the same thing to help your para-realities. It doesn't mean there are like billions and billions of them and you have to spend 35 years doing it. No, my galactic family. Because if you make just maybe 10 times or 20 times you're trying to help para-realities, they'll finish the job for you. They will go to all para-realities in the blink of your eye, my galactic family. They will fly. They will fly through all para-realities, because this is you. This is who you are. This is us, my galactic family. Cutting all the cords and having complete full understanding of your heart chakra. Then you will realize, my galactic family, when you cut all the cords, you will feel like nothing is pulling me anymore. It's like the cement blocks, what I was carrying for so long, now they are gone. The cement blocks are gone, and now you will feel lighter, my galactic family. You will feel more and more passion. And when you connect compassion, passion come to me, passion come to me, is compassion. Have compassion, and passion will run to you. Like God Almighty mentions in Quran, you remember me and I remember you. This is just an example from God Almighty. With everything is like this. Not only with God, with everything is like this. You will remember your friend. Your friend will remember you. But ask yourself a question. A lot of times when you're driving your car, you're walking, you think you are positive. But why are you thinking about those things so... See, sometimes we are so in a moment caught up thinking about something because we have no idea what's going to happen in a couple of days, and we just like how I can help this situation. By being fearful and being in the future, you create paradox that your silent mind, your subconscious becomes more quiet, becomes very quiet, and then you run negative thoughts and you can't even hear them. Now when you remember, you're like, oh yeah, Asim is right. Yeah, I'm always speaking. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm always consciously speaking, I am this, I am that, consciously. But when I'm walking from the store or driving a car, what's on your mind? My galactic family, I stress one more time, please be in the heart. Be conscious. If anything negative comes, say to yourself, anything negative I am blocking. I am blocking all negative visions in my consciousness. I am blocking all negative thoughts in my mind. I am blocking anything what's negative from my consciousness. And still, if it will appear in your consciousness something negative, use it as an alarm clock. Oh, thank you for reminding me I have to be positive again. See, we can even use the negative for the positive, because it is like this. And like I mentioned, my galactic family, with Men in Black, that film, with that pen, with the light, so was erasing the memory. This is what happens. In three-dimensional reality, my galactic family, in three-dimensional reality, the photons take your memory away. That's why we have so deep amnesia here, because it's the frequency. And it's not only frequency, those frequencies we cannot see. If the frequency is so severe that can erase our memory through this energy vehicle we carry, but we are spirit, we are soul, and this is a vessel only I use. And if those photons are connected to that frequency, this is the same frequency. So the light from this world erases our memories. So we have so-called illusion, that we are separated, that we only hear. I guarantee you, my galactic family, when you have a dream and you wake up and you open your eyes in a total dark room, put curtains, shut the drapes and close the doors, go to sleep, wake up in the morning when it's completely dark in your room, and I guarantee you, my galactic family, the dreams will become more vivid. After a little while, you will realize that actually it was like no difference between my dream state consciousness and my 3D state consciousness, because you be connected. Because when you wake up and you don't have the photons, okay, we have the frequency. The frequency is bombarding our chakras, right? And what happens if they are bombarded with that frequency? This gives us this ability to not feel emotions, because emotions connect you with your spirit, with your soul. The vessel, the vehicle connects with your chakras through emotions. Emotions are very, very powerful. Very powerful, my galactic family. That's why all the boys with big muscles, they think they run the show. I don't think so. Women have more power than men, because they feel their emotions. They're connected to their emotions. So they're consciously connected to their spirit inside of their vessel. So it's more their chakras. Women chakras are more exponential. They are awakened more. And do one time, my galactic family, have a dream, for example. Wake up in the morning, have all the curtains open, sun is gonna, shine beautifully in your room, and the dream will be like, it's gone. What happened? Because this is the light right here. Not only the frequency, the light is the frequency. Every light is a frequency for any dimension. Even if the smallest speck, still, it's a frequency. That's why if we forget dreams, we forget who we are, because dreams, what is a dream? Is a higher self, is a parareality. So if we remember more the dream state, we will remember more that we are there and there and there parareality. In that parareality, we're everywhere. Imagine how awakened you're going to be then, my galactic family. It's beautiful, my galactic family. Connect all the dots, my galactic family. When anything is identical, connect the dots. Go back into your scenarios, my galactic family. Fall in love with that scenario. And your heart chakra will respond to you with such an understanding why this happened. that you actually will not hold grudge. Why? Because you understood what that happened. And it's a more blessing. It's such a blessing. Then you will realize it's such a blessing. My goodness, my galactic family, you're going to be ecstatic. And you'll be like, why I was so holding grudge for so long about this scenario. And it was beautiful. And actually you feel sorry for yourself. Like I mentioned, my galactic family, this will even help you to have more compassion for yourself. And then you truly will cut all the cords. So if your subconscious disc is going to be clean, you will have more room for I am healthy, I am rich, I am light, I am compassion, I am grateful. You will have this. If subconscious disc will be clean, my galactic family, plus cutting all the cords, doing prostrations, my galactic family, plus the meditation, and being always in the moment. And now you can say, I made it. When we completely, quickly, my galactic family, by 2020, please cut all the cords by 2020. Please, my galactic family. 2020 is going to be point of no return, my galactic family. Whatever you're going to hold in your hands, you carry with you. Let go, my galactic family. Forgive yourself completely. See why this happened. Ask your higher self. Fall in love in a situation, your heart chakra will respond to you with complete understanding. And this is very important. Seems like I'm talking about little things, but I guarantee you, my galactic family, that they are very deeply connected with my higher self. And I'm always giving you and sharing with you what's in my heart. Because your heart is your higher self, my galactic family. Like, for example, my galactic family, the first waivers. Alex Jones, for example, David Icke. There's so many channelers out there. But let me tell you something, my galactic family. All aspects of channelings, in a way, are helping you. How are they helping you? Because even if, like I mentioned before, Barbara Marciniak, she gives channelings from Pleiadians as well. And remember what I said, like on the beginning, Barbara Marciniak, all the channelings were okay. Now it's filtration, more filtration through negative aspects. So right now it's more reptilian speaking through that vehicle, because she forgot to cut the cords. See what I'm saying, my galactic family? Like the first waivers, David Icke, Alex Jones, there's hundreds and hundreds of brothers and sisters came. My galactic family, hundreds, thousands, my galactic family. The first waivers were designed to activate the grid. So they don't have to know the truth. They don't have to know the truth. The first waivers don't have to know the truth, because their job was just to ring a bell. Just to ring a bell for everybody, so everybody be like, what are he's talking about? Can we just listen for a second? What you know, you start contemplating. The first waivers, they know which house it is. They know exactly which house it is. But the first waivers are not designed to know exact which is the door. They know which building. They know the address completely, but they don't know which door to use to go in. The second waivers are designed for this, my galactic family. And the third waivers are designed to hold your hand and take you home, if you will. That's the three waivers, my galactic family. The forerunners, and the aspect 144,000. My galactic family, please open your heart so much that when a lot of your friends will be looking at you like you're crazy, I will tell you, you are professional. You are professional. My galactic family, any angel can come to you when you're going to be fully in your heart. You're going to be fully yourself. Don't limit your heart space. Don't limit. We blocking our heart by what they're going to think of me. Because if you cannot be really yourself, you are not in your heart space. Because what are we hiding here? It's just you, my galactic family. So more you're going to be yourself, more you're going to realize that you're going to lose friends. But if they're all not on that frequency, that means, it's a karmic issue. So everything is balancing itself out, my galactic family. So don't worry about that. Just fall in love with yourself, my galactic family. Completely fall in love. And remember, my galactic family, if any channeler gonna tell you, how do you know that negative entity giving channelings, for example? How do we know this? Okay, if they give you 1% of fear, turn off completely. Turn off the channeling completely. It's that simple, my galactic family. If any, the nuance, Barbara Marciniak, but this, what happens, it's a leakage to pararealities, the CERN they're trying to jump pararealities, so, they're going to avoid galactic court, but they're not going nowhere, the galactic court will get them. Don't worry about that, my galactic family. Remember, my galactic family, that deep understanding comes only through visions of the heart. Visions of the heart. So if 1% of negativity will come to you, my galactic family, the heart is already telling you it's negative channeling. Some not so benevolent being is leaking through that channeler. And like, for example, they will tell you Jesus never existed. Completely turn this off. If there are billions and billions and billions per realities, my galactic family, so anything you can imagine exists. So if they tell you Jesus didn't exist, why are you still listening to that channeling? It makes no sense. If there's no understanding, like common sense understanding from any of those channelers, this is not so benevolent being, my galactic family. This is not me judging. It's from the knowing, my galactic family. This is obvious. Like, for example, if someone is saying they're awakened, for example, and they have experience in a galactic family, they went on a ship and everything is okay. I mean, we do this all the time. We don't want to remember right now because we're finishing the karmic courts, if you will, and cut all of them. Trust me, you'll be on a mothership before you know it. I guarantee you, my galactic family. If any channeler or anybody will tell you, like, don't be in the parks by yourself because of this, because of that, this is very negative entity. Turn off and don't believe in that. This is nothing. And like some channelers mentioned that there's some reptilians that have like 22, 25 feet tall, and they're huge and they're massive and they're scary. When we feeding this to our brothers and sisters, which their belief system is very, very, very powerful, we give them power. Do you see where I'm coming from, my galactic family? But why the channeler or the gentleman who mentioned this didn't say that, yeah, there are also humans in higher dimensions, even 50 times taller than just the reptilians you mentioned. So, see, my galactic family, everything is balanced. Everything is balanced. It depends what are you listening to? What do you believe? But trust me, don't never run away from Bible and Quran. Trust me, it's one book. This is one book. If anybody will tell you in the world that Muslim took idea from Christians, so we can say Christians took idea from Jews, because Torah is Judaism and Christianity is totally different. That's what they say here, yes? And Quran is supposed to be totally different. But my galactic family, this is one book, one message, one mankind, one galactic family. My galactic family, I love you so much. Please, my galactic family, if you will, please repeat the password after me. This is the new spirit Jesus spoke about. Peace be upon him. This will connect you with your higher self. Your higher self is taking over the steering wheel, if you will, and you're going to be in the driver's seat. But whatever you wanna drive, it's always there for you. My galactic family, please repeat after me the password to full awakening and connecting to your higher self with your heart. La ilaha illallah. My galactic family, did you notice that the simplest things in this world are the most powerful? And that is so beautiful, my galactic family. Because I know you felt a spin in your heart chakra, like euphoria, very warm feeling. This is designed, my galactic family, by God Almighty, to let you know that He is real. And the angels He sent, 144,000 here, we are real as well, my galactic family. We are with you here. We love you, my galactic family. We love you so much. My galactic family, I am Renegade member of Family of Light Systems Buster, available for altering systems of consciousness within Free Will Universe on call. My galactic family, I love you so much. I love you so much, my galactic family. I love you. I adore you. Namaste, my galactic family.